So in this particular problem, the unit GTT, so here we're told that a patient has been infused for the last 8 hours at a rate of 20 micro GTT per minute. That just basically means that they have been given a micro drip, so a micro drip that drips at a rate of 20 drops, so 20 drops per minute. That's what that means. So in this video, instead of using the notation GTT, I'm going to just refer to it as drops, okay? All right, so the question that we're trying to answer in this question is how many milliliters of saline has the patient been given over 8 hours, right? If we know that they're being given 20 at a rate of 20 drops per minute. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do, so to answer this question, the first thing that we're going to do is we need to convert hours to minutes. So we know that 1 hour is 60 minutes. So 8 hours, actually let me write here, 1 hour, where's my eraser? So 1 hour is 60 minutes. So 8 hours, that gives us 60 times 8, which is 480 minutes. Okay, and so what we need to ask ourselves is how many drops was this patient given over 480 minutes? So this patient was given 20 drops every minute for 8 hours. So that means times the 8 hours, but 8 hours is the same thing as 480 minutes. So here our minutes and minutes will cancel out. So we know that over the 8 hours, this patient has been given 20 times 480 drops, which is the same thing as 9,600 drops over 8 hours. Okay, so, but we want to know, the question is how many milliliters? So we're trying to figure out, so I'm going to call X how many milliliters. So how many drops? So now we have to convert. So we have to convert 9,600 drops to milliliters. So now what we need to figure out is we need to figure out, where's my pen? 9,600 drops. How many milliliters is that? Okay, so here what we can do is we can use the dimensional analysis method here. And we know that the drop factor, so here we've got a drop factor of 15 drops per milliliter. So setting up that equation, I can say X milliliters is equal to, so the patient was given 9,600 drops, and I'm going to multiply that times my drop factor, which is 15 drops per milliliter. So I'm going to match up, I'm going to write this as a fraction, so I'm going to put it over 1. I'm going to match up my units, so drop per milliliter. And what we're given is 15 drops per milliliter. So that's 15 drops per 1 milliliter. And now my drops are gonna, and remember, drops is what I'm using for GTT. So if you want to replace all of these with GTT, that's fine, okay? But I like to think of it in terms of drops. And so if we do that, that gives us 9,600 divided by 15, which is where we get 640 milliliters from. So to answer this question, this means that the nurse gave this patient 640 milliliters of this saline over 8 hours.